Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel, and this is your tip of the week. One of the questions that I always get every week from somebody is, should I wash my fabric? It's really up to you. If you're worried about the color running, which does happen if you're using really dark colors, it can run. Or if you're worried about shrinkage, then pre-wash your fabrics. Before you wash them though, do a zigzag stitch on the raw edges, because once you put it into the washing machine and the dryer, this will all unravel and you'll have a real mess. So do that first, zigzag stitch, then wash and dry. If you're going to be using fabric that's going to be appliqued or you're going to put interfacing on it, don't use any fabric softener, because that will slow down the process of things sticking to it. So you might have bubbles in your fabric under the interfacing. So you want to make sure you don't do fabric softener. Now, I'm going to show you how to cut strips really fast. You're going to take your fabric and bring the selvage edges together. So now you have 2 layers of fabric in which you can cut 2 pieces or 2 layers out. If you're cutting long jelly roll strips, you're getting 1 jelly roll strip. But if you're using it to cut shorter strips, then you'll have 2 there. Now I'm going to fold the other raw edge over. Now, use a cutting mat to cut your fabric. You'll get better accuracy and it'll be so much easier with using a rotary cutter. Also, when you use a rotary cutter, the blades are expensive. So because you're going to be cutting through multiple layers, you're going to want to use a fairly new blade. Otherwise, you're going to have a difficult time. Also use a quilting ruler, an acrylic ruler that's heavy so that it will hold everything together while you are cutting. Now, I've pulled my fabric past one of the cutting lines here because I want to cut these edges straight. So let me adjust my fabric again. There we go. And I'm going to put the ruler on the line up here as well as down here. Then once I've got it laid out, now you're going to press a little harder because you're going through many layers, and cut all the way down. And then make sure it's all off. Okay, just a little more down here. Now don't move your fabric. Let's say you want to cut a 3.5 inch wide strip. So I'm going to go over 3.5 inches. Line my lines on the ruler up with the cutting mat lines at both ends, and then cut. Now, again, don't touch your fabric. You would go over another 3.5 inches and place your ruler on those lines and cut. So now you've got all of these strips. Now let's say you want to cut out squares or rectangle shapes. So you want your squares 3.5 inch square, or you want a rectangle that's 3.5 by maybe 6.5. So you turn your fabric, place it on a line, and again place your selvage edges past one of the lines on your cutting mat, and then cut. Now, if you want to go over and do squares that are 3.5 inches, you would go over 3.5 inches and place your rulers on the line and then cut. Let's say you want to do a rectangle. You'd go over whatever it is, 6.5 inches. So I've got a half, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Place it on there. Again, don't ever move your fabric here. And if you need another set of rectangles, you'd move it over again, another 6.5 inches, and cut. Many of you like to make quilts, and maybe some of you have seen quilts that use this particular triangle shape, and every other one is a different color, and it's in a great big long roll. It's really, really pretty. I'm going to show you how to speed cut this and get them so that your fabric pieces are front sides together, ready to stitch together. So here we go. So you're using 2 different colors. Here's one of the colors, and here is my other color that I want to use. What I want to do is open them up, open both up, put one front side up, the pretty side, all right? Then you're going to take the other piece of fabric and put pretty side down. So line your fabrics up. Now I'm going to take this end down here, the selvage edges are right here, and I'm going to bring it down to the other selvage edges at the other end. Now I've made a template, so all patterns that you do that's using this shape, they're probably going to have a different size of triangle. But I'm just showing you how to cut, not how to draw something like this. So I'm going to take this and put it down on the fabric. Make sure it doesn't hang past any of these edges over here. So you want to make sure everything's fairly even. Now I like using weights like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut around this. So go ahead and cut on all 3 sides. And then cut on this side. Now don't move the fabric. Take this and flip it over. And then where you have cut already, you're going to place it right on that cut line. Place a weight on top to hold it. And then you're going to cut across here and here. Then you would take your pattern, flip it over, and keep repeating the cut. So your first cut, you have 3 cuts. Your remaining cuts, you only have 2. So it's all set up and ready to go when you're done. So when you go to stitch them together, you take your stack, you take the first 2, they're already lined up, they're all cut the same, so you don't have to worry about trying to fit them together. And then you stitch on one side, set it aside, take the next 2, stitch it on one side. Then after you've got all of those stitched, you take the pile back and then you begin to stitch the other 2 to the other 2 until you have the length that you want. This is a tiny little cutting mat. It's about 9 by 8 inches. I even have one that's smaller than this. I keep them by my sewing machine because sometimes I want to use my little rotary cutter to do some little slight trimming on things as I'm sewing. So I recommend, if you can, get one of these. You can probably get them on Amazon. One of the questions I get all the time is, where did I get this large cutting mat on my table? Well, I got it on Amazon.com. The company is Sullivan that makes it, and the name of this mat's called the Cutting Edge, and it is 38 by 72. It's huge. I have a very large cutting table. My cutting table was not cheap. It was, when I bought it, about $900. I think they're going for $1,400 or $1,600 now. But if you do a lot of cutting and you have the space, I recommend it. but you have to go to a dealer store. And I got mine at the Sewing and Quilting Center in southern Utah, the city of St. George. Now, so if you want to get a large cutting mat, Sullivan makes them in multiple sizes, all kinds of sizes. So measure your space and then look for one that is close to that space. It may not be exact, but even this mat hangs over my table by about an inch, but I absolutely love it. People always want to know, where do I get my paper? This is rolls of paper. They come in a variety of sizes. Go to any hardware store that sells paint, and more than likely they're going to have the paper there. I got mine at Home Depot. I'm sure Lowe's has them too. This is a 6-inch size. This is a 12-inch size, and there's one even bigger. So they have them in a variety of lengths and widths, and they come in rolls. And what the paper is used for is it's used to mask off areas that they don't want the paint to get on. I use it for drawing patterns, and this will go a long ways for you. This is cardboard. It's about 8.5 by 11 inches. I got it off of Amazon, and I bought a case of it. I wrap my fabric around this. This came out of a box that I received of something that I purchased online somewhere. It's cardstock. You can use this as templates. This came out of a large sheet of cardstock. You can buy them at an office supply store, Walmart in their office supply section. I think even Dollar Tree I know has them too. And so all my templates come out of this. I draw my large templates on these big sheets. Well, I hope that these tips were helpful for you and that you've learned something new. Try some of these cutting suggestions, and it really is quite a time saver. Now, if you're interested in beginner sewing projects, just scroll down below to the description section. Click on the word Show More, and it will expand open and you will see all kinds of links. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and make sure you go and check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.